Okay.
She almost felt like reaching down and playing with herself.
Oh, sure.
We threw Subtlety out the window a long time ago, apparently, guys and girl.
Bye, Subtlety. See you next week.
Fuck off, Subtlety. It was a warm bath, after all. Maybe Pinky wouldn't notice.
Wait, they said the bath was cooling.
Yes, I know. It's a cloth pick.
Oh,
Plot
oh
holes
my.
don't matter.
No, they made it warm again with their sex.
After all, maybe Pinky
I'll
wouldn't
figure it
notice. She actually tried to reach down before realizing the idea was absurd. There wasn't even close to enough room. Then she realized she didn't even need her hoof. The tub was so cramped, her pussy was rubbed up against them.
Oh.
It didn't feel that bad. Maybe that's why she was horny in the first place. She started to very slowly gyrate her hips, humping up against whatever it was.
Oh.
She leaned her head back and closed her eyes. She started to hump a little harder.
Oh.
It felt so good.
My God.
No, Zakora.
Suddenly, self-conscious, she opened her eyes and looked at Pinky. Her eyes were closed. Pinky didn't seem to notice the movement, even though the water was beginning to slosh in the tub. So Zakora relaxed even further, again leaning her head back and closing her eyes. The feeling was so intense. She just wanted to grind herself harder and harder. Water was starting to slosh out of the tub now. Unable to control herself, Zakora started to move. She didn't care if Pinky noticed. She didn't care about being embarrassed. That's when she noticed Pinky was moaning as well.
Yeah, it's leaving the...
She looked and Pinky must have been feeling the same as her. Pinky's head was stretched back. Her eyes shut, she had her mouth hanging open and that swollen tongue hanging off to one side. It was clear from her movement above that the water she too was humping from the movement above the water that she too was humping something beneath.
Oh.
It was only then that it became clear to Zakora what was happening. They had been rubbing their pussies against each other. Well, didn't see that coming. Did you guys?
No.
If she concentrated, she could feel... If she concentrated, she could feel Pinky's lips and clit rubbing up against her own. She felt...
Oh my God.
What? What?
Oh my God.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
Oh, come on. We've gone through
Don't
everything
be a weak little
else
man.
imaginable.
I don't care. Desensitization doesn't work for me. Okay.
You are weak. This is the internet. You should grow to that.
Screw
Now-
the internet. I
Now
have money.
then. Now then.
We need to get a different commentator. You've been
She
kicked
felt...
out.
No. Keep
You're
Linka
soft
here.
and
Linka,
squishy.
stay.
Oh.
Linka, stay here. We are finishing this. We are halfway
Oh.
done. You can do
Okay.
it.
I can't do it. Yes, I can.
Come on, we've gone through
okay.
everything else imaginable, and you're gonna wimp out at just some simple scissoring.
Pretty much. She felt drunk with lust. All of her inhibitions had been flown out the window. I can't talk. Had flown out the window. Pinky raised her head up and looked into Zakora's eyes. Pinky winked at her, and Zakora returned a broad grin. Pinky started gesturing with her front legs in some sort of charades that Zakora couldn't understand. Zakora shrugged her shoulders. The humping below continued unabated. Pinky, frustrated, took a deep breath. Then she disappeared into the water. Guess what's happening now, folks?
Oh no.
That's only something cunning linguists can think of. Zakora was surprised. There shouldn't be enough room for Pinky to submerge, but somehow she had done it. She had seen Pinky do strange things, but this might have topped them all.
Laws of physics do not apply to Pinky. What are you talking about?
Pinky erupted from the tub again, only this time it was her lower half that stuck out. Somehow, Pinky had turned herself upside down, and now her pussy was practically shoved in Zakora's face. Normally, Zakora would have been repelled by the sight, but a combination of her relaxed nature and her horniness left her hypnotized by the sights. This is funny. There was pink within pink within pink within pink. Pinkception. All slightly different hues and shades. All glistening wet with bath water. It looked so inviting to her. Zakora wanted to bury her face into it. Then she gasped as Pinky started to eat her out. It was like no cunnilingus. I'm surprised I actually used that word. I'm surprised. I legitimately am. It was like no cunnilingus Zakora had ever received before, implying she's actually had sex before. Yeah. Pinky's tongue was still swollen. She started to move it about clumsily, just sort of slopping it around. Zakora didn't know what to think of it. It was strange, but it was like rubbing her clit, and it felt more than good enough. Pinky's lower half slid back into the water and her face reappeared. She took a big gasp of fresh air. She started to wave her hand in charades again. This time Zikora's eyes went wide when she finally got it. She chuckled. Pinky took another deep breath of air again. Her face disappeared and her pussy reappeared. This time Zikora dove her tongue into it. Pinky had won to 69. Zikora had never eaten out another mare before. She had never even considered just before now.
For good reason.
Well, we haven't scared Danny off, so that's a good thing.
She's tough. She'll take anything.
Anyway.
She'll take anything, eat it, and spit it back out, make it arch.
Art.
She had never considered before just now, yet she couldn't stop herself. Pinky tasted only of the herbal bathwater. Zikora slid her tongue in and moved it all around. She tickled the lips. She pressed down on the clit. Then she felt surprise from below. She felt pressure. And then Pinky managed to jam her tongue in. Okay, God, that image is not a good one.
No, that's just unpleasant.
Zikora was shocked by the girth of the thing.
Poison joke. Why do you do this?
Okay, we have to find a new category for that.
Pinky wasn't able to maneuver much, but it felt so good. Zikora responded by diving back into Pinky's pussy as far as she could go. She couldn't
I know
breathe.
this is off topic, but that reminds me of one line that Mr. Fabulous said in Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
That, I have the whole NCR suckling on my cheek. It feels so good. I promptly shot him in the face after he said that.
You actually shot him in the face because he said that.
Yes, I saved beforehand because I wanted to do a quest, so I needed to execute.
Okay. She couldn't breathe, but neither could Pinky. Zikora felt an orgasm coming on. She couldn't believe it was happening so fast. And then she felt the tongue pop out of her. Pinky's upturned hips slid out of Zikora's legs, and her head popped up again. She took another gasp of air, this time taking longer to catch her breath. Zikora held Pinky tight, but she felt frustration that the orgasm had been interrupted. I'm so horny, Zikora said, my legs all spread. Let's forget this bath and go to bed.
Ryan.
Yes! Pinky nodded excitedly. They both tried to get out of the bath at the same time. They tripped each other up, fell to the floor, and went sliding across the room. They didn't get up for a minute or so, but lie there soaking wet and groping each other. Finally, they got up to retreat to Zikora's bedroom. How long does this stuff take to work? Pinky asked. There wasn't much medicine, and it's not perfect. But you're already talking. It's taking effect. That's a painful rhyme. Perfect in effect. It just doesn't seem to flow right. It's still rhyme.
Effect.
I know
like
it's still rhyme, but it just doesn't seem to.
Same word.
But it still doesn't seem to flow as well as others or whatever.
You don't say it naturally. It's not a natural rhyme.
Zikora said. Pinky looked down at her tongue cross-eyed. The swelling was going down. She bounced after Zikora into her room. Do you have any toys? Pinky asked. Any toys? I have no toys. Neither vibe nor a dong. Or you. Here's the reason she said that. Or even a strap-on attached to a thong. That's why she said that for that rhyme.
She implies that Pinky wanted sex toys. I know she did, but still.
I'll play with myself, even pretend I'm a whore. But when it comes to the bedroom, I'm a bit of a bore. These rhymes.
Now I know why Zikora didn't appear in any more episodes after freaking 10.
I suppose.
What do we write for a line? I don't know!
Pinky looked at her skeptically. Riri? She's Asian. She asked.
Oh, Riri.
I'm sure, Ronry. Well,
Forever alone. Oh, you beat me to it.
Well, Zikora blushed. I do have one toy. When I long for a boy. 3 guesses of what it is. The first 2 don't count. I don't use it often, and nights when I'm lonely. Feeling sad by myself, and I wish I weren't lonely. That is a painful rhyme.
Getting terrible at this.
That's a painful rhyme, because that's a fragment. I'm only what? Then they
Remember
finished
not
it off
to
with
put
Lonely.
activate.
Oh, Pinky said. What is it? What is it? Zecora walked around to the other side of the bed. She reached under her bed with her mouth. She pulled out a kind of long shaft. It was carved from ivory. It had once been some kind of tusk. It was tapered, one end thinner than the other, but had been rounded at both ends and polished smooth. It was perhaps a bit less than 2 feet long, just slightly curved. 2 feet?
Whoa.
What the shit?
Holy God.
This is implying things of Zecora I don't want to think of. 2 feet.